What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. Haven't had a video out in a couple of days. I'll be honest, the news hasn't been a lot. I say this most videos, but there hasn't been a lot of news. Obviously, last night we beat Cagliari 6-2, or this morning, I guess for me, it was like 2 in the morning or something, or 1:30. Beat them 6-2. We'll talk a bit about it. This video is going to be talking about how I think the transfer market's gone so far. If it was to end today, what I think of it, and maybe one or two other bits and pieces on top. But we'll talk about the game first of all. Before we get started, again, like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. And apologies I didn't get a video out before today. But yeah, 6-2. Bamford with a double. Rodrigo with 3. So a hat-trick, and Robin Koch with a great header towards the end there. Sorry, I'm doing this in my front room, so good performance in the attacking sense. I think finally finishing off some of this good movement with goals is positive, a really good positive sign. I think the pre-season in Australia tour, there's a real lack of cutting edge and just the finishing. Against Brisbane Roar, obviously we scored 2, but then didn't score against Villa, and then a penalty against Crystal Palace, and some were saying it was a soft penalty. So to finally put the ball in the back of the net, Bamford getting on the score sheet. The first goal for Bamford was quality. Really good ball by Aronson. He looks really good. Obviously, I thought he looked good in the pre-season tour here in Australia, but he looks really fantastic. Just works off the ball, wins the ball back, and starts attacking with pace. He just gets the ball and just goes. He just goes at defenders and attacks straight away. And the ball he played for Bamford was pinpoint, really good. I don't know if that comes off in a Premier League game, but at least he's trying it. I think I'd like to see maybe a couple more efforts from him, as in shots on goal, but except for that, he looks like a really good signing. And for the price tag, he came with a lot of praise. He came with a lot of high expectations. So the fact that that he's got an assist, or I don't know if it was 2 assists, but there's definitely 1 assist in there, is really good and really positive. Mark Rocker didn't have a fantastic game, but he's been really good in every other game, so he's allowed to have a pass. Christensen I thought was okay, just a solid right back. He's gonna be one of those players that's like our, like James Milner, just a solid 8 out of 10 every game. I get that feeling. And Tyler Adams, really the surprise package. Now I did say he's either gonna brain it and we're gonna think he's fantastic, or he's gonna really struggle and we're gonna turn around and say that was our Phillips replacement. But so far he just looks really simple. Like I don't know if the word simple is great, but he just looks like he's really basic. He just sticks to the basics. He plays simple, high passing percentage, gets the ball and just lays it off, and keeps the ball moving. Good tackler. Yeah, defensively, and look, we knew defensively he was really good. We knew that he was statistic wise the same sort of player as Calvin Phillips defensively. It was the offensive work that we all were obviously questioning. So he looks like he's at least going to get the ball and play it around. I'm still a bit concerned about scoring goals in the Premier League. I just don't think we have it. But look, a good way to get into the first game of the season against Wolves with a 6-2 win against, given a newly relegated Serie A side in Cagliari, or Serie B side, sorry, and we weren't super convincing. I don't think we beat. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think we need a bit more. We need a few more bodies in the door. But the 2 goals we copped were poor, really poor. So defensively, it still looks like we're going to end up copping a lot of goals, I think, this year. There's going to be games that just don't go for us. I think we're going to have a lot of good attacking play. I just don't think we're going to actually finish those attacks off as much as I'd like to. So I think we're going to look good at times, and we're going to get frustrated this year. I just call it now, halfway through the season, we'll be turning around and saying, God, we've squandered so many games. We've been better than other teams, but we just don't finish. But hopefully Bamford puts the ball in the back of the net and proves me wrong. But I just, he did well last night, but it's one game out of the whole preseason, so he's, failed to deceive so far. Llorente, yeah, he's not good enough, is he? So I think it has to be Stroik, and it has to be Stroik and Robin Koch, because Robin Koch was decent again, starting at centre back, and we just need that left back in. On that, it was that German lad Max. What his name is? I can't remember his last name. It was Max Mayer, was it, or something like that? Max Mayer. I can't remember, but he's a PSV left back. From what I can tell, I can't profess to know much about him. Again, I can't remember his name, but from what I can tell, he's a attacking left back, and apparently defensively he's not that great. But he's an upgrade on Firpo. So, look, and if Firpo is okay in the Premier League, I guess, or serviceable, then I think this guy will be a decent player. But need to bring him in. Probably need another left back, and we still need a striker. On that, actually, the striker that's been mentioned is Che Adams. I've seen a lot of negativity towards Che Adams being the player. I mean, last year we were all calling to get Che Adams in. I still think that he is definitely a serviceable striker. Yep, he's not the guy that's going to score you 20 goals in a season, but I think he can get 10 in this Leeds squad. I think he'll work hard up front, and he's a different sort of dynamic to Bamford. I still think Bamford's the number one striker, but if he gets injured, Che Adams is definitely not the worst option coming off the bench with Gelhardt and all that sort of stuff. And I think 10 million is what's touted for him. I don't see why not. I think 10 million is a decent price tag for a player that would be coming from a team who finished higher than us. Whether I think they're going to go down this year, I'm not too sure. But and whether they end up below us, I'm not too sure. But I think 10 million is worth it. And I think, he's not in the top 2 picks that I'd go for, but he's definitely not a terrible option. I would be quite happy if we brought him in. So that's my thoughts on that one. We need to get it done before the start of the window, though, and it's the start of the season, and it's getting really, really close to that now. So I'm getting a bit concerned again that we've gone another week, and I think Victor Orta has a lot to answer for. He started off so positively. We signed 3 midfielders, Rocker, Aronson, and Tyler Adams, and Gabby, but he also isn't going to start this year. So we signed 3 midfielders, which is fine. A right back, which, it did need to be upgraded, but it probably wasn't the top of the list. But hey, I like Christensen, so it is what it is. And a winger to replace Phillips, who is already injured, but from what I can tell, he'll be back for maybe the second game of the season, maybe. But we didn't strengthen left back, we didn't strengthen the goalkeeper, and we didn't get another striker. Midfield was a priority, which is fair enough, and he's done that. He's got another winger in, which wasn't a priority, but once Rafinha left, I guess it was. But 3 positions neglected. And 3 midfielders was good, but if money was an issue, maybe not buy 3 midfielders, and they're all quite expensive midfielders. Overall, it spent 30 on Aronson, 10 or 15 or whatever it was on Tyler Adams, and then Rocker was about the same. So you spent a good 50-60 million on 3 midfielders. And don't get me wrong, I think they're all fantastic, but now we're just lacking in left back and backup goalkeeper. I think there is definitely players that we should go get. Ben Foster, there's plenty. I think there's plenty of out of contract experienced goalkeepers, so maybe they're waiting until the last minute for that one. I think maybe a Ben Foster will come in, or I'm hoping anyway. There's a few goalkeepers I could bring in. It's not a priority, but we definitely need one in. But I guess it can be left to the last minute. But a left back who needs to learn the system isn't going to come in, and a striker just needs someone that's going to be a bit more clinical. Yes, Bamford scored 2, but I just think we just need someone who's just got that real killer instinct. I've said it before, but Danny Ings is that player for me. Not that we should bring him in, but that sort of player who just going to come on and just cause havoc. And you know that when he comes on, he's going to be, there's a good chance the ball's going to find the back of the net. And I think Gelhardt is going to be that in the future, but you can't rely on a 19, 20-year-old to deliver you Premier League status for next season. I haven't really talked about where we're going to finish because I'm not 100% sure yet. I still don't know how I feel about this. A lot of pundits have us going down, which kind of surprises me, but at the same time, I kind of get it. So it kind of annoys me as well because I feel like this, after the season we've had, I want it to be positive, and when people are already throwing negativity at us, it can get a bit frustrating. So let me know in the comments below where you think we'll finish for the season. Let me know what you think of the transfer market so far, transfer dealings, who you'd bring in. Yeah, just to give me an update what your thoughts are, because it's really mixed at the moment in the Leeds atmosphere. Some people really rated the transfer window. Some people haven't. Some people said it was okay, like myself. Some people are unsure for the season. And I guess it's a bit of PTSD from last year. It's a bit of that, still that lingering fear that we're going to be crap like we were last year, because it was really poor. For me, in the performances, everything from the backline going forward, like attacking wise, we look really, really, really good. Just don't have that cutting edge. But I'm a bit worried that we're going to get cut open at the back at times. But I guess when you look at Man City and Liverpool and that forward line, it scares me thinking that they're going to come up against some of these players. But I guess that's not the fight. That's not where we pick up points. We know, you go into the season expecting not to pick up much points against them, and you have the expectation you're going to win against, the teams in and around you, which is mid-table and below. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you on the video hopefully tomorrow. Peace.